Hello guys, what's up? How are we doing? Hope we are doing well and hope we had a great weekend. So it's Sunday and yeah, like I promised to create a video on inducement and liquidity. So let's get started guys. So I don't want to make this video too long. So I just want to be very fast. So now guys, there's so much confusion about liquidity and inducement. There's so much misconception about them, but let me tell you guys, it's different. Liquidity and inducement, they are not the same. They are different. You understand? So inducement, let's say liquidity is the normal retail patterns. That's the head and shoulders, trendline liquidity, equal highs and lows that we see on our chart. These are what we refer to as liquidity, isn't it? And support and resistance zones can also be referred to as liquidity. So you see now, these are what we call liquidity. But inducement, if you check the original meaning of inducement, it means causing one to take an action or luring somebody to take an action. That's inducement, and that's what these big guys, these big traders, that's what they do to us. They induce us. They cause us to take actions that we are not supposed to. Why? Because they are hunting for our money. So let me tell you guys, in forex trading, just know that these guys, they don't like you because they are always after your money. That's why I say this always. For you to be a smart money trader, you have to think smart. You just have to think smart. So you understand now, guys? So these guys are always hunting for our money. That's why they do all sort of manipulation so that they can grab our money for price to move. Like I said, before price will move, price have to grab liquidity and inducement and all of this stuff. Price need money to move, and for these guys to be able to grab all of this money to move price, they create liquidity and inducement so that we get liquidated or we get induced, so that they will grab all of this money for price to move. So now let's take, for instance, now guys, let's use something as an example. Okay, let's use Benz. I love Benz. So let's use Benz. I love that car so much. So let's say, for instance, now the price of Benz at this point, let's say, is $100. And now let's say, now because it's $100, let's say the company needs, let's say, more customers and they need more buyers. And for them to be able to get these buyers, they just have to, let's say, bring the price down. And if it becomes cheaper, it becomes more affordable for people, and they sell more and they get more customers. So let's say they bring the price, let's say, to $50, isn't it? Let's say to $50, and let's say since it's now cheaper and affordable, they have so many buyers, so many buyers that cost the price, that drove the price up to break the previous price to, let's say, which was $100 to, let's say, $150. And this is what we refer to as break of structure in the forex market. But let's keep it in terms of Benz now that we are dealing with. For now, let's apply it to real life problem so that we can understand more. Now, since we should know that it was because of the strong demand, let's say because of so many buyers who were able to afford the price of Benz at $50, that broke this structure, because now there is more demand. People are demanding there's more demand because now it's now cheaper. You understand? So there's we just have to, the demand now broke the previous price from $100 to $150. And now, since it's now $150, it's a little bit high. And let's say for this company to keep moving forward, to keep getting customers and keep making sales of their product, they just have to bring the price down again to something affordable for buyers. And let's say now they bring this price from $150, let's say to $80 or so. They bring the price back to $80 or so. And now since it's now affordable and it's, let's say, a new product or so, there are more buyers again who are interested in this, because why? It's cheaper again. It's cheaper again, and boom, because of the demand we have, let's say now the price now increase to $200. Why? Because it's a, let's say it's a new product, and because the demand was high, it was very, very affordable, and people are just rushing the car and the rest of all of this stuff. And now we have the price now at $200. So now this thing keep repeating itself, because now the company does not want to crash and does not want to lose buyers. So they keep creating new brand, they keep creating new product, so that people get more interested in the market, and they keep buying all of this stuff, and they keep repeating this. So we understand, guys, they keep repeating this. So now let's come back to forex. Now we already know that this break of structure, pullback, break of structure, pullback, and we already know this is an uptrend, isn't it, guys? This is an uptrend already. This is a clear uptrend. So now, since these guys are already creating all of this scenario, they expect that they already know that our expectation will be that price will come back to this level, to a lower price, like to this level. They already know, we are already anticipating for price to come back to this level, so we buy the Benz again. But notice this time, because they need money for the company to keep going. Yeah, they need money for this for the company to keep going. So let's say they manipulate the price down, and let's say to somewhere here. Say they manipulate the price to somewhere here, and we already know that now we have already lose money. Because for instance, now imagine you bought, let's say, your own Benz for, let's say, $80, and that same Benz, because it's now sold for, let's say, $30 or $50. You already see what it means, right? So this is how it is in the forex market. Let's say now, let's talk in terms of forex now. Since they already know our expectation is that the price is going to, like, let's say, right down to this point, then we have our reaction from here. But because they need our money, they manipulate this to react from this point. First of all, doing what they do first of all, taking out all of this trend line liquidity, isn't it? First of all, taking out this trend line liquidity. So after taking this trend line liquidity, we already, you see, okay, now let's say, now let me keep going. You understand the difference between liquidity and inducement. You understand the difference between liquidity and inducement. Now, trendline traders and retail traders already been induced, already been liquidated because of this movement. So because you know, now if you studied let's say retail trading first, you already know what this means. Because after the retest of this trend line at this point, where will your stop loss be? Probably somewhere here and all of this stuff. And now we see how price took all of those stop losses. And now, since we have seen we already see price grab all of this liquidity. So now, after taking out all these retail traders, who are they after next? They're after us, smart money concept traders. Yeah, believe me, these guys, they don't like us. They are always after our money. So you just have to get that at the back of your mind. They are after our money. They don't like us. So now, after taking out these guys, the next target is us. Because they already know we already see this liquidity grab here. We already see the price grab all of this liquidity. We already have the break of structure. And they already know we are expecting the movement from this point. Okay. So now they already, because now probably there will be an OB here, and they already know we are already doing something like this. We're already anticipating for price and to to retrace to our OB, and we have the movement up. So you understand? So they already know that this is what we are doing. And yeah, this is a call to action, guys, because if you're an SMC trader and you see something like this, trust me, you want to take the trade, isn't it? Because now you can call this choke, because we have the liquidity grab, we have the break of structure. Yeah, we can call this choke, and what we expect is price to retrace down and make the up move. Yeah, as smart money trader, this is already a call to action. That's what we call inducement. But you see now, because this is a clear, guys, look at this. This is a good setup that can be traded. But look at one thing, guys. In the midst of all of this thing forming, trust me, there's always an hidden OB here around this area. Sometimes it can be an hidden OB, and sometimes it can be something clear and visible that we can see. So you understand? So sometimes there is an untapped, an unmitigated order block somewhere at the zone. You understand, guys? So most times there is an untapped, an unmitigated OB around this zone. But since we have seen this structure here, we already see that yeah, this is a good setup, and especially traders who are new to SMC and the newbies, all of those stuff, they're already anticipating to take this move. But trust me, these guys won't do this, because they have already known this is what we are going to do, and they just want to just lure us to take positions like this. So that's their aim. They just want to take our money by all means. And trust me, these guys will just end up doing something like this, taking out all of these stop losses to mitigate the OB below before the final move happening. Guys, this is what keep repeating itself in the market. Trust me, this scenario keep repeating itself. That's why I always say this: if you want to trade smart money concepts, you just have to be smart. You just have to be smart. There's no two ways about it. You just have to be smart to be able to trade this concept profitably and very well. So you see now, you see how the manipulation is being taking place. First of all, we first have this retail traders being manipulated first. If you also check, we have this nice trend line liquidity here also, and we saw these guys also were also liquidated, because trust me, they also have their position set this way. They also have their position set this way with stop losses around this point. So they also have their position set this way, and you see how everybody is being mitigated. You see how these guys keep manipulating price. So this scenario keep repeating itself in the market, guys. So you just have to get that this scenario keep repeating itself. These guys are always after our money. They're always after our money. So now you see all this manipulation created by these guys. First of all, they manipulated the retail traders, and the next is they are coming after us. And how will they get us? They already know that we already see this liquidity grab and all of this stuff. So now the next thing is to induce us. They want us to take actions. That's why they create all of this move here, the liquidity grab, the break of structure, and the next thing they expect is that we are going to place our orders from here, which many of us will do. Now take for instance what happened to us on GU last week. Yes, where we were induced, and it happened because I posted the setup here. It happened because I didn't see the order block opened above the one we picked earlier. So you see how we were induced. Now look at it. Our setup was great. Our setup was nice. There was no error, but it ended up to be an inducement. So you see now, guys, this is how these guys they play around this stuff. This is how they get us manipulated. They induce us and all of this stuff. So liquidity now is the normal trend line liquidity, equal highs and lows, head and shoulders, all of those retail patterns that we see on our chart. Those are liquidity. So inducement now is a call to let me put this way, a false call to action that the market makers generate in the market so as to cause us to make actions, let's say, too early. And people who fall for this trap most times are, let's say, newbies and impatient traders. Professional traders too can also fall for this trap. Very, very possible. Very, very possible. If you don't see the hidden order block or the order block below, you might get induced. So you see it now. So guys, always wait for the inducement to be formed in the market. Wait for the inducement. You just have to wait for the inducement. You just have to be patient. Wait for the inducement. Wow, sorry, man. Okay. You just have to wait for the inducement to be formed before taking your trade. So you see now. So if you cannot spot the inducement or the liquidity, trust me, probably you end up being liquidated or induced. So now let's go to our chart and look at what happened to us on GU last week. Okay, now here we are, guys. Exactly what I just explained. So now, like I said, same scenario keep happening. Same scenario what keep happening. Price, like I said in some of my previous video, I said something, guys. I said price will always I said liquidity is the fuel for price. Price will always want to grab liquidity and inducement for movement. So price need, let's say, price need, just like our vehicles now, our cars and all of this stuff need fuel for movement or need fuel to function. Same thing with price. Price need inducement to function. Price need those liquidity and inducement to be able to move. So price will have to grab all of this inducement to make that move. So we understand, guys. So now let's look at this chart from here. So those in my Telegram channel, we all remember we took this trade. We took this trade and we really ate this so good. So first of all, when I was analyzing this market, this was my initial OB. Why did I pick this? Because I saw the fair value gap here. I saw the inducement here. I saw the inducement created here now because I saw this gap and I saw this OB that was fresh. Price never tapped it, and I saw this inducement created here. So I picked this, but immediately what drew my attention to this particular trade here that we took, I posted this in my Telegram channel right before it happened, was when I saw this inducement created this area here. It was when I saw this inducement created here that I picked this particular point that we traded from. Now look at this, guys. We saw how price, we saw this FU candle here, and we saw this break of structure, which I called choke here. So after the break of structure, guys, we all know that so many traders will be taking trade from the EQ of this FU candle. So many traders, and I believe so many traders took place those orders, because now this is a good setup, guys. This is a good setup. We have all of this liquidity grab. We have this imbalance that was filled to some point. Yes, see, it was filled. We have this fair value gap that was filled, and we have this nice FU candle that was created here, and we had this nice chalk, this break of structure. So many traders are already picking the EQ of this FU candle for the sell setup to start pushing price down. But notice, guys, this OB is still clean and fresh. It has not been tapped. So already you should know that all of this scenario happening here was inducement. Price trying to generate money to make this down movement, and yes, it happened. So immediately I saw this setup, I immediately started focusing on this OB, and I immediately drew my OB here, and immediately I saw price tapped into this, and I saw this nice rejection candle here. I entered the trade immediately, and I grabbed all of this trade, and we had two trades that hit TP from GU here, guys, if we all remember, because we also took another sell from this point. Let me zoom in the chart. From this point where we had this equal highs, this FU candle, we had okay, was it, no, it was this point. It was this point, yeah, where we had this break of structure. We have this equal highs, and immediately, and I picked an OB from here. Immediately I saw this liquidity graph. Immediately I went down to a lower time frame and I looked for confirmation, and we took this sell also. Hope we remember, guys. Those in my Telegram channel will remember that I posted the setup also, and we took another sell that smashed profit here, and that was even the reason why I drew all of this. So those in my Telegram channel, I believe we can still remember the setup because so many of us ate from this setup. So now, as we can see, guys, we saw something also created here. We have this nice FU candle, we have this nice break of structure, isn't it? We have this nice break of structure here, and now we have this nice trend and liquidity here, guys. This nice trend and liquidity here, and now this was where we were trapped last week. This was where we were trapped last week. So I'm very sure we still remember this setup. So now we picked the, if you remember, guys, we picked the EQ of this candle, isn't it? We picked the EQ. Now look at this, guys. Our setup was right, only that we never saw this OB here and this fair value gap here. And you see now, everything that was created here was inducement. That is why you have to wait patiently, because you never knew where price will just get invalidated. And now this was where we now got where we got the major move. And trust me, this is a weak low, and I anticipate that GU is going to break, the price is going to take out this low. And you see this demand zone, which I mark as which is already my TV, because I'm expecting some kind of reaction here. So we'll get to that point, how to manage your trade, how to at which point where you have to close some certain percentage of your trade and all of that. But as time goes on, we are going to do that. But let's focus on what we are doing right now. So we now see that, guys, all of this stuff was just liquidity and inducement. You see how we were induced here. So this was the inducement in this market. This was the inducement. We were induced here, and now price mitigated this untapped OB, and we see the move to the downside. So hope we understand this, guys. So always anticipate and always wait for the inducement to be created. You understand? So this is where patience come in. So you just have to be patient for price to do what it has to do. So you just have to be patient to wait for the inducement, guys. Always try to wait for the word inducement. Hope we get that, guys. Try to wait for what? The inducement. So that you don't get induced or liquidated. So hope you understand, guys. So hope now we see the difference between liquidity and inducement, and we see how these guys keep on manipulating this stuff. So now I want us now, guys, to be conscious of patterns like this, because patterns like this keep repeating itself in the market. This kind of pattern where we see this break of structure, we see this pullback, and we have an unmitigated demand here, but we price went further to keep creating this movement. Let's see another break of structure here. We still have another break of structure here. Now this is where we have what we call complex market structure. Yeah, so now we all have all of this stuff happening here. We should already know that since we have this untapped OB here, all of this thing happening here is just liquidity generated. All of this thing is just liquidity generated. So we should just have that consciousness that price trying to generate liquidity in all of this for this OBS, so that we can make the better move to the upside. And boom, the next thing you see is price grabbing all of this liquidity and making the proper move. So now, guys, we should be conscious of setups like this. Try to wait for the inducement. And one important thing we should notice, guys, inducement must always break structure. Don't trade setup like this. Let's say you see something like this, break of structure, you see this pullback, isn't it? And let's say something like this happened, and so now this is not inducement, guys, because we didn't break this structure, isn't it? We didn't break this structure, so this is not inducement. This is a weak low, and trust me, it will be taken out, because why? It's a weak low. It fails to break this high, so this is not inducement. Inducement we always take out the eye, and you will it will put you in a situation where you will think price is going to react from here, but price will now later react from maybe either from here or from this point, and we get the proper move. So hope you understand this concept, guys. Uh hope we are now having the right understanding of this concept. So now, guys, so you have to backtest this now. So backtest this, go on your chart, look for scenarios where something like this happened. So just go into your chart now and start backtesting. And before I end this video, I want to show us a setup that I saw on card. Is it card, Swiss franc, blah blah blah, and the rest? Okay, yeah, card, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. So when I was analyzing my charts this evening, I saw the setup, and I saw same thing that we just treated happening. Okay, as we can see, guys. So guys, look at this. As we can see, we are clearly in a downtrend. This is the 4-hour time frame. We are clearly in a downtrend, and we keep breaking structure to the downside. Now look at this down, guys. We see this break of structure here, isn't it? You see this break of structure here. Now we see this pullback, isn't it? And we see price breaking structure here, isn't it? We see this break of structure here. So this is an inducement already. Now why? Because we have an untapped area of supply here, the EQ of this FU candle. We saw this nice graph of liquidity, isn't it? So we have an untapped area of an untapped OB here, and we have this EQ to be our point of interest, to be our order block. So now, since we have this untapped OB here, we should know now every other thing happening here will be inducement. Will be inducement here. So now, and that's what we got here. We have this pullback here. We have this break of structure, and after a break of structure, we expect a pullback for the movement downward. But rather, since we have this untapped area here, we should know this is inducement. So this is what we have here. We have this down move. We have price making this retracement. Okay. We have price making this retracement. We have the break of structure to the downside. But since we have an unmitigated OB here, we expect this to be the inducement, and we expect price to mitigate the OB and keep going down. So hope you understand this, guys. So this is what I just want to show us. This is the difference between inducement and liquidity. So it will always cause you to take the wrong action. Yeah, so same thing happened here, guys. Same thing here. As you can see, we see the break of structure to the downside, and look at this, guys. Look at this, guys. We see this break of structure here, isn't it? This break of structure here, and trust me, this is the inducement, guys. This is the inducement, guys, and trust me, that's why I drew this. This is something that has not played out yet, because yeah, we see here now, we see the gap here, guys. We see the fair value gap here, and trust me, there will be a reaction from this area, and trust me, this reaction will cause a break of structure that will induce traders, and trust me, there will be a proper mitigation of this untapped OB here. So now, this is already a setup for this week, and I'll be monitoring card this week. I'll be monitoring card this week, and I'll be anticipating for this movement here, guys. So now, this is the difference between liquidity and inducement, and this is how these guys keep manipulating us. So hope you understand this concept, and let's make sure we backtest this, and let's see how we can utilize it, and let's see how we can be on the safer side, because like I said, these guys are always after our money. So guys, if you find this video helpful, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you get more updates. I post weekly setups always. I post setups on major pairs always, and I also post update on them also. So guys, I have so many pairs that I'll be posting later on this week, and pairs that I'll be observing. So I'll be posting them here on my Telegram. I'll be posting them here in my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe so that you get notified when I post the video, and make sure you also like this video and comment, and let me know if there's a pair you want us to check out, because that's why I created this channel, so that we can keep running analysis on pairs using SMC. So you can comment in the comment section which pair you want us to look at, and yeah, make sure you like the video, guys, and make sure you also subscribe, share the videos to your friends also who are traders, and let's all learn and make money. So thanks for watching, guys. And before I end this video, for those of us who are interested in my Telegram channel, where I post intraday setups and setups like this, also I also post modification of setups there, and also their updates, especially when our price is getting to OB. I also post update on that also. So if you are interested in the Telegram channel, I'll be dropping the description, the link in the description of this video. I'll be dropping the link to my Telegram channel in the description. So make sure you join the Telegram channel and let's make money together. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in my next video.